Yo, 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 Minnesota sports and variety shows. Eric Grady coming at you on a overcast Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, May 26th. Just wanted to pop in and talk a little bit of sports with you and a little bit of mental health awareness since this is Mental Health Awareness Month. A lot of you probably know my story, at least parts of it. But some of you are probably wondering what happened to this podcast and it disappeared and I liked it or whatever. I had what was colloquially known as a nervous breakdown, basically, on November 27th uh, of last year. And what that looked like for me was an extreme amount. I woke up with just an extreme amount of paranoia, very agoraphobic, afraid to leave the house. I was afraid. It was pretty much like Chicken Little, like the sky is falling. And that would um, change from week to week almost. One week I would be afraid that gravity was going to give out, and the next week I'd be afraid of the enormity of the universe. And this kind of generalized anxiety was kind of glamming on to any little new idea that my brain would have that was an anxious thought. So it got progressively worse over the winter until after a couple weeks I couldn't work and I went on to short-term disability, and it got worse over December and January. And by January, I was really at my wit's end. I had tried a couple of partial hospitalization programs, and it just wasn't working. So I ended up going to Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, to do a anxiety and OCD program. Did 5 weeks in residential treatment there. In my notes, I said, "Have you ever been to a mental institution?" Well, I have now, and I don't recommend it. Yeah, I mean, it's something that obviously nobody wants to do unless they absolutely feel they have no other choice. I was ankle monitored. Someone had to visually see me and pretty much write down where I was in an iPad every 30 minutes. So people come in your room while you're sleeping, which was kind of off-putting, but yeah, it did help in that it got me out of my comfort zone here. I had taken to sleeping in my basement, kind of hiding in my basement, and it made me be right next to a big window, and that helped tackle my agoraphobia. They really focused on exposure therapy, and so it was pretty beneficial. I also then when I came home, I also did TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. So I had that 36 sessions of 20 minutes of a electromagnetic shock or therapy or whatever, basically, or stimulation. Anyways, kind of felt like a woodpecker pecking at your head. So anyway, I got on a lot of medications there at the hospital, and yeah, that was that. So that was through February. I was back in March, and there was a GoFundMe for me. Thanks everybody who donated for food, for meals for my wife while I was gone. And we were on short-term disability, so pretty much only get 50, 60% of your wages during that time. So that was really great that people stepped up and did that for us. Um, I want to get into a couple of topics, so that's where I've been. Uh, it's a hard to segue from that, but how about let's go for the cold plunge. Everybody is into the cold plunge right now. Have you done it yet? I know it's a big deal. My neighbor put one in his backyard. At Lifetime, they converted one of the hot tubs into it. I've heard it's anywhere from like 40, like 35 to 50 degrees. I have taken to slowly putting my feet get really cold, so I've been putting my feet on the stairs and then holding onto the railing and then slowly lowering my back into the tub and just getting it mostly on my neck and shoulders. And my one friend was like, "The way that you're using this, you might as well just put like an ice pack on your neck." So I don't know. I guess I'm not really crazy about it. It's too shocking for me. I feel like get all numb and tingly after, but I hear that there's really good benefits of it. And I do have like chronic neck and back pain with my fibromyalgia, so maybe I should just suck it up, Buttercup, and get back in there. Um, let's see, what else do I have here? Have you ever been to a weird party? So I studied abroad in France, and the college formals were super strange. One of them was this giant tent that they put in Paris, and it was like kind of like they took us on a bus through kind of a sketchy part of town, and there was like women of the night that were like taking customers into the woods, and we were like college kids being like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, they put up this massive tent, and it had like runways, and they had like a fashion show, and that was their formal, and it was very strange. And for a neighboring private college, they had a formal also, and we got invited to it. It was another private college that was by there, and it was all about champagne. It was like the theme was like champagne, so it was like everybody was drinking all this champagne, and it was in like a legit castle, like an old school castle, and it was so cool. It was like out of a movie. And just everyone got wasted off of the champagne, of course. And then they opened up a window outside of the castle, and it was like a kebab stand, which I just thought was hilarious. Just the juxtaposition of this kebab stand on the side of a goddamn castle. But we were starving, so the food just tasted amazing. And yeah, the French are very unique peoples. So other thing, I'm gonna wait till if I get back to David with this one. We want to talk about do peas sitting down or standing up. I need to get his take on this. I also have a pheasant hunting story that I've been meaning to tell, but let's get into a little bit of sports. Sports. Is your whole life just sports? The Loons game last night, they were up 3-1. Couple of great goals by Song Bin. Oluwaseyi had the other one, and I had a feeling that Oluwaseyi was going to have a good game, so I started him as I captained him, and I was winning for a while until in the second half, Colorado scored all their goals. I had a feeling that that was going to happen. There was just too much space. They were getting quality chances. It just didn't look like our defense had come to play last night. I don't know if it was altitude or schematics or what, but just it just didn't look right. They were getting around TJ Taylor, who's usually just steadfast, and anyway, they ended up 3-3. But Minnesota United off to a good start, despite the fact with no Reynoso. I guess he's allegedly going to play in Tijuana. So yeah, I think what are there like seven? Was it 7-3 and three now, 7-2 and 3, something. So, anyways, they were in. I believe they were second in the West going into last night's game. Um, so hopefully the Loons will continue to have success. On the other hand, our poor Timber Puppies had a meltdown in game two. I think at one point in the game they were up like 16 points or something like that, and Luca with his knee hurt. It was the perfect time to take advantage of them, and they couldn't get it done. I guess you could say it's just the quintessential Minnesota collapse, but it's just that's pretty much what happened. And then the last play of the game, well, first before that, we blow our possession, and I'm not going to act like I'm some NBA expert. I'm just a Johnny come lately. I'm like college basketball more than pro basketball actually, but it was. I mean, you can't have Rudy guarding Luca way out there at that point. I mean, he had him on roller skates, and Rudy just fell over. I mean, it was like a meme. And if that's you know the players didn't execute what the coach told them, or if that's on Finch, but really, I mean, you want your best defensive player on him right there, and they shouldn't allow the switch. So, anyways, I yeah, Luca said he was pretty surprised that they switched with a smile, and he yelled, "You motherfucker can't guard me" or whatever, which is kind of a dick thing to yell at somebody as you win it, but I guess motherfucker, you can't fucking guard me, Luka Doncic to Rudy Gobert. So Yeah, baffling decision by the T-Wolves for sure. I guess. Yeah, yeah. One, I mean, another negative thing Johnny O sent me was alley oops. The Mavs have had like 35 alley oops this season, and the other t teams combined are at 20. So they've just been getting a ton of easy dunks. This was what Phil Mackey said. Positive Phil is here to tell you the series is far from over. The Wolves lost games 1 and 2 by a combined 4 points, despite the fact that Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns were shooting just 30% in the series. According to Cleaning the Glass, the Wolves missed 30 shots at the rim or inside the free throw line last night. That feels unsustainable to Positive Phil. So I guess he's saying that the Wolves, uh, what he's saying is the Wolves' numbers, their statistics looked good, and they should progress to the mean of winning the games. But I don't know. That's a tall order. We'll see. We'll see. That's why they play the games. But I'm not expecting too much from the Timber Pups going forward. I think that was their that was their hurrah. But Luke is a great player, man. Got to hand it to him. Kyrie Irving, Hall of Famer. Um, Luke is amazing. They're a good squad. The Timberwolves should be more competitive with them, though. We should at least have won one game at home. This team is too good. It's too deep with Naz Reid and Jane McDaniels. They really are kind of underperforming. So, well, they are. We just read the numbers, right? So that was just a little mini episode. Hopefully, I'll get together with David again soon. I kind of just was trying out The apps again, I had to go Google Podcast because I couldn't even remember in what we recorded in. So it's been so long. So, anyways, just wanted to give it a little toe in the water here. Appreciate y'all very much. And hopefully we'll get some real episodes for you in the future. I think we're gonna focus a little bit more away from sports and more just on life and things that are going on. David has a subscription to the AMC movie thing, so he's been seeing a lot of movies, so he'll have a lot of movie opinions. I've been watching Shogun right now, which he recommended, which is very good. I think he pitched it to me as a mixture of, oh, what was it? Game of Thrones and Succession, and I would say that that's a tall order, but it's solid. It's not Game of Thrones level, but it's very good. Um, all right. Well, hopefully I'll talk to you again shortly. Appreciate the love, and take care of yourself and take care of your mental health because if you don't have your health, you don't got nothing. All right. Peace out.